Real.video is now Brighteon.com, the new home for free speech videos.
Okay, a quick update on the fake pipe bombs. They're a total hoax. They've been exposed as a hoax. The so-called pipe bombs that were sent to prominent Democrats now appear to be, well, they're just bad Hollywood props. They're almost cartoonish. They don't contain any explosives. And the Anon group found the actual model number of the so-called clock that is sort of duct taped to this pipe, again, with no explosives in it at all. And this clock has no alarm function. So it doesn't even have an alarm. It can't set off. It's like a little kitchen clock or a car dashboard clock, basically, is what it is. One of those made in China $5 little LCD clocks. It just tells the time. It's not even a real, doesn't have an alarm, doesn't have a detonator, doesn't have any explosives. These are props. This is theater. This is like a staged theatrical propaganda event. It's very clear now. And that's what this is all about. These pipe bombs are supposed to scare people. They're supposed to change the narrative. This is the key of what it's all about. Changing the narrative from the Honduran caravan of migrants that are threatening to invade the United States. Now 14,000 people and growing by the hour, it seems. And that was bad news for Democrats. If the American people kept seeing, thousands and thousands, massive hordes, an invading army of illegal migrants who have no claim to be an American citizen. They have no right to enter America. They're not citizens. They should go home. I mean, I pray for them. I wish them well, but they should go home and fight for economic prosperity in their home countries. They don't have any automatic right to the entitlements, the pocketbooks of the American people. That's not how it works. So the Democrats had to change the narrative in the news cycle, of course. Here we are like less than 2 weeks before the midterm elections. So they had somebody put together some really bad pipe bomb props, like worse than a movie. It's the kind of pipe bomb that the Roadrunner would build in the old cartoons. Remember Roadrunner? Well, I guess it was Coyote, Wile E. Coyote. Remember that? Wile E. Coyote? This is the pipe bomb that he would build because it's a cartoon. It's so bad. It couldn't possibly function as a real bomb. Actually, Ahmed the Clock Boy built a better bomb, but then Obama called that a clock, and they gave him a science award or something, didn't they? Remember that? Ahmed the Clock Boy? He built a bomb, like a little suitcase bomb, took it into the school. The police freaked out, and the left-wing media, by the way, the whole thing was a setup. The left-wing media then said, oh, you're all racist. You think that it's a bomb just because he's Muslim. And it was a bomb. It looked like a bomb. I mean, it had better wiring than the current pipe bombs that are being mailed around to the Democrats. It's all a joke. It's all staged. It's all theater. Everything is theater at this point. And the fact that they're resorting to this now shows their desperation, where the Democrats believe that they are going to lose the midterm elections. That's really the biggest takeaway from all of this. The Democrats themselves believe that they've lost the midterm elections. Otherwise, they wouldn't try to pull this stuff. This is a Hail Mary on their part. And you know what? It's failing because the American people, so many of them, are looking at these pipe bombs and they're going, well, these things are a joke. Look at the timing of this. It's obviously staged. And look at who's been sent these. Maxine Waters, Barack Obama, Eric Holder was sent one, I think, Hillary Clinton. All the people who are truly the most evil, traitorous criminals, many of whom should be arrested right now. And they try to send themselves or send each other pipe bombs to say, how dare you say negative things about us? Well, wait a second. Where's the real violence coming from in America? You've got these radical left-wing terrorist groups. You've got Antifa beating people in the streets, attacking people, not just fistfights, but hitting them over the head with bike locks, calling for the assassination of President Trump. Hollywood. And you've got comedians like Kathy Griffin holding up the decapitated, bloodied head of President Trump. You've got Madonna saying that she thought about bombing the White House, I think. All these radical leftists, they're always talking about bombing. They're always talking about killing. They want to kill Christians. They want to murder white people. They want to cut the members off of men. We've seen this. These people, they want to murder conservative speakers that are going to to a college campus to speak. Remember all the assaults and threats against Milo Yiannopoulos and Ben Shapiro and others. They verbally accost and they sort of mob people like Senator Ted Cruz when he's in a public restaurant. I mean, they sent a gunman to go shoot up a baseball field, a softball game of congressional Republicans. They shot Steve Scalise. They had someone attack Rand Paul and sent him to the hospital with a fractured rib. These attacks continue. And it's the deranged lunatic left that is pushing these narratives of hatred and violence and lawlessness. I mean, Maxine Waters, what does she say? Get in their face, push back on them, get a mob together and push back on conservatives, even if you see them in a public place. Eric Holder says, when they go low, we kick them. It's like kicking them when they're down. It's like stomping someone on the ground, the kind of thing that a gang would do, a violent gang. You've got Barack Obama, who said, when they bring a knife to a fight, we bring a gun, right? That was Obama. That was his quote. Hillary Clinton says, we can't be civil until we start winning elections. So Hillary Clinton is out there endorsing incivility, endorsing violence. And the left knows that they're losing. They're losing this narrative. The American people are waking up in such huge numbers to the incredible violence of the left, the incredible dishonesty and deception of leftists, the incredible disregard for civil society and for lawful society or just civil discourse. This massive censorship of conservative voices is all part of it as well. And the American people see this. They see it happening. And frankly, they're fed up with it. And that's why the Democrats right now stand to lose this election. And that's why the Democrats are now resorting to fake, hoax, cartoonish, pipe bomb props to try to change the narrative and pretend that there are a bunch of conservative mad bombers running around the country. Not even true. It's the Democrats doing this. It's so obvious. It's such an obvious false flag, obvious stage theater. This is a classic maneuver. It's so fake. I mean, most of the people who read the articles on the internet now about this clock, I see the comments on many different websites, not just independent websites, but many of the comments are like, yeah, obvious false flag, try harder next time, you morons, comments like that. And, just any reasonable person analyzing this, looking at the timing, looking at where the bombs were sent, the fake bombs, and looking at how fake they were. These are so fake. It's the kind of fakery. It's like, how leftists think about guns because they don't own guns and they don't have any idea how guns work, and you see this in like Hollywood movies where they're completely clueless about guns. They think if you shoot somebody, that person flies across the room like a bullet would push them 25 feet across a room in some magic kinetic action. Or they think that when you simply raise a gun up, that it makes a cocking sound. Like, they just raise a gun in the frame and it goes ch-ch, ch-ch. Like, what? How do these guns make all these sounds when nobody's doing anything except just raising them up or down? Watch a movie next time. You'll see every time someone brings a gun up in the frame, it makes a cocking sound. Magically. Never happens in the real world. But that's the way leftists think about guns. And this fake pipe bomb demonstrates the way leftists think about pipe bombs. They just think, oh yeah, you take a Walmart alarm clock and you just duct tape it to a pipe and you stick 2 wires in the end and it's a bomb. This is the way they think about things because they are actual idiots, right? They are complete morons when it comes to anything like that. They don't know. They don't know how bombs are made. They don't know how guns operate. They've never been in the military. They haven't been, U.S. Army demolitions engineers. They have no clue. So they just make up whatever they've seen on TV, which is based on total fiction. And that's how we got these fake pipe bombs. They're so laughably fake that even like bomb experts are out there laughing at this, just, rolling on the floor laughing across the internet at how bad this fake pipe bomb thing really looks. It's laughable. It's like, what, couldn't they even get a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook or something and make a convincing pipe bomb? No, not even that. It's a totally fake. It's a movie prop. It's a cartoon prop. It's a joke. It's almost satire. They send these things out to people almost about satire. I I mean, Reese made a better pipe bomb in the original Terminator in 1987, I think. The original Terminator. Remember when Reese was making pipe bombs? Like, he went out to the grocery store and he bought like ammonia and stuff and petroleum jelly, right? And he came back to the apartment with Sarah Connor and he just had, here, make some pipe bombs. You know, those were more convincing than the ones that these liberals have been mailing to each other now to try to convince everybody in the country that, oh my God, the Democrats are under attack. No, America's under attack. America's under attack by the Democrats because they've become socialists. They've become communists, fascists. They've become dangerous to our society. The fake news media is so dangerous and so out of control. The tech giants' censorship is so out of control and so dangerous to our democracy, censoring only one half of every conversation, denying people the chance to engage in public discourse before an important election. I mean, that's a crime against our country. That's why these tech giants have to be shut down. That's why they have to be held accountable. Their CEOs need to be arrested. No joke. They've committed massive election fraud and huge crimes against the civil rights of all Americans. That's going on right now. But and the media has become a disgrace. I'm talking about the left-wing corporate-controlled media, total disgrace. They have been whipping up the hatred, leading to the violence. You know, CNN was celebrating Antifa terrorists not long ago. New York Times, Huffington Post celebrating Antifa terrorists. And they push lies that whip up animosity and hatred. They're pushing racial division constantly, just like Obama did. It's the left that's driving this country into violence, and it's conservatives who have been demanding due process, like for Brett Kavanaugh, for example, demanding civility, demanding free speech. Let's all have an open public debate about the topics that we feel passionate about. Let's have free speech online. And conservatives demanding the rule of law, demanding that we have peaceful societies. Let's honor local police, the men and women in blue, trying to just keep our streets safe. But no, the left has to come out and just have mob violence in the streets, taking over Portland, Oregon, for example, just smashing the windows of their cars and trying to direct traffic out there as the cops just stand by and do nothing because they were ordered to stand down by the city police, I guess, or the police chief or the mayor, who's a radical left-wing person as well. You know, look, the violence in America is coming from the left. The threats against our democracy are coming from the left. It's liberals who are destroying this country. And it's conservatives who are demanding the rule of law. It's conservatives who are armed but holding their fire in a defensive posture because we don't start violence. We don't initiate violence. We don't go out and do the kind of radical, bombings and arson and riots that the left engages in all the time. No, we stand our ground. We defend our communities. We defend our president. We defend our country. We defend our Constitution. But we don't start fights. We resolve situations to defend our nation, and we defend our borders, and we defend our constitutional rights, and that's exactly what we're all doing right now. And by the way, we see what's happening. We the people, you and I and millions of others, we see exactly what's happening. We see how fake the media is. We see these fake pipe bombs. We see how fake they are. They should just say Acme Wile E. Coyote edition pipe bomb. It's such a joke. But it doesn't mean they're going to stay a joke, by the way. If this doesn't work for them, they could escalate this to real pipe bombs. They could escalate it to real false flag shootings. And I've warned before that they could wage a bombing of the Honduran caravan and blame it on Trump. They could shoot up the caravan with an assault of soldiers, assaulting them with AK-47s, for example, in Mexico and blame Trump. They could raid a CNN building with a fire team of radical leftists who are dressed up like patriots, for example. And then they could blame that on Trump. They would blame it on Alex Jones or blame it on gun owners, blame it on the NRA, whatever they want. It's false flag season, folks. I've written about that. I've warned about it for months. It's here. It's happening. You're seeing it. The pipe bombs, the fake props, it's all part of the false flag season. They're going to try anything and everything because the Democrats know if they lose this election, they probably lose influence. They lose power over America for decades to come. The Democrat Party is in an implosion spiral. It's going to become largely obsolete. You won't see Democrats winning major elections for many years to come if they lose the midterms now. And they'll just go more radical left. They'll become more terrorists. They'll resort to more violence, more radical extremism from the left. Killings in the streets, bombing government buildings, attempted assassinations of GOP senators. This is what's coming. I've warned about this. And this is why, by the way, GOP senators now watch my podcast, because I've been ahead of the curve on these predictions. Well, it's really just analysis. You could call me an analyst of current events, of political events. And I know that GOP senators watch my broadcast to try to find out, what I see coming and what's likely to come. I'm on the record predicting all of this many, many months ago. I was in Alex Jones' studio as a guest, and he and I were talking about this months ago. We got the video clips. We've released all the clips. Absolute proof that we actually predicted precisely that CNN would be bombed or attacked with a fire team. That was one of our many, many predictions when we talked about the false flags that are coming. So we see this play out. It's a playbook. It's a blueprint that the Democrats use. This is not crystal ball voodoo stuff. We don't have some seance board somewhere and some voodoo or some spirit telling us, the predictions. No, it's a blueprint. It's a plan that they've done before. It's just history repeating itself. It's the same thing over and over and over again. If you live long enough and you read enough and you learn enough, you'll learn this is the way that globalists operate. This is the way Democrats operate. And this is the way that communism and socialism always tries to take over nations. It's the same playbook over and over again. So, this is not premonition or psychic ability. It's just being a student of history and understanding that history repeats itself, and understanding that people on the left, like Democrats who desire such extreme power, are willing to commit extreme evil in order to get it. They don't care what they have to do. They don't care who they have to kill. They don't care how much news they have to fake. Nothing. For them, anything goes. There are no rules. There are no boundaries. No life is sacred. I mean, that's why they promote abortion. They don't care. They celebrate killing babies. They love it. They love Gosnell. They ban the movie, too, everywhere. I mean, the guy would have children be born, babies being born, and then he would murder them, by the thousands. He murdered thousands of born human babies, and he got off on it, and Democrats celebrated that. They love that stuff. They don't care if they have to kill a few thousand Hondurans if it gives them, political power, if it helps them win an election. They don't care if they have to mail fake pipe bombs or real pipe bombs to each other. They'll do anything. They'll kill anybody. I mean, go look up the term Arkancide. Arkancide, like Arkansas, but side, C-I-D-E, means getting killed in Arkansas. Wonder which ex-president that might be all about. I mean, look at the long line of body bags. Look at what they're willing to do. Look at Benghazi. They're willing to kill anybody just to cover their own political asses. They'll do anything. These people are extreme evil. They're out of control. They got to be stopped. And the American people are working to stop them at the voting booths. That's the best place to get it done, because if we can't stop them there, then things could easily degrade into an actual kinetic civil war that all of us want to avoid. None of us want to see that happen. But, stop them with your vote. That's the best thing. Make them irrelevant with your vote. And that, I believe, that's what is starting to happen right now with early voting. And that's why the Dems are totally freaking out. So if they don't feel like they're going to win this election, they're going to pull more of this stuff over the next 10 days, 12 days. Mark my words, this is not over yet. There's more coming. More false flags, more bombshells, more October surprises, whatever you want to call it. Or it could be an early November surprise. There's more stuff coming, because they will kill anybody. They will maim anybody. They will deceive. They will lie. They will set up false flags. They'll do theater. They'll fake terrorism attacks. They'll do real terrorist attacks. Whatever gets them power. These radical left-wing Democrats, these socialists, these communists, they'll do anything. They are pure evil. They are traitors to this country. They're traitors to the Constitution. They have to be absolutely denied power over us, because they will abuse that power. They will weaponize government. They will enslave you. They want an authoritarian society that they control. They want monopoly control over your life. They will settle for nothing less. So don't let them have that power. Vote them out of office. Vote against every Democrat this November 6th. Vote against every Democrat. No exceptions. Just vote them out. Good riddance. Put them into the history books of an obsolete, bad political ideology that failed. Because we don't want America to become Venezuela. And the way that you prevent that from happening is you go to the voting booths on November 6th and you vote for Republicans. Even you libertarians out there. This time, you got to give up your libertarian vote and vote for Republicans. I know, it sucks sometimes. But you got to do it this time. Because you can't let Democrats win the House or they will weaponize government against us all. Doesn't mean the GOP is perfect. They're not. There's I've had issues with them on a lot of things. They're totally scientifically illiterate about herbicides, clean food, heavy metals, the toxic ingredients that are in many products. I mean, they don't know anything about that. But right now, we're fighting for the future of our country. We're fighting for our liberty. We're fighting to protect our borders, for God's sake. We're fighting against an invading army of foreigners, of foreign nationals who are trying to march into our country. You got to vote GOP this year. We got to protect our borders. We got to protect our Constitution. We got to protect our national sovereignty as a nation, the United States of America. And only from that place can we then, work to hammer the GOP to get up to speed on issues like legalization of medical marijuana, GMO labeling, banning glyphosate herbicide, things like that they don't seem to know a lot about. We got to keep educating them. And there are signs that that's coming around. John Boehner has come around and said that he thinks that medical marijuana will be legalized by the GOP within the next 5 years. Legalized nationwide. So, things are happening. We can make an impact on these people. But we got to protect our nation. We cannot allow ourselves to be overrun by communists. We cannot allow the Democrats to have power over us. They are dangerous. They're out of control. They're liars. They're cheaters. Beto in Texas, he keeps spamming everybody's cell phones all across Texas. Totally illegal. Completely out of control. He keeps doing it. They should arrest him. It's blatantly illegal. It's voter fraud in Texas. I'm tired of all these Democrats just being lawless all the time. They're lawbreakers every day. They think they can get away with it. Well, we got to hold them responsible. Arrest them. Arrest the mayors of these sanctuary cities. Arrest the governor of California for declaring California a sanctuary state. That's illegal. That's aiding and abetting criminal felons. That's against the law. That's a federal felony violation. Arrest them. Charge them. Indict them. It's time to do it. We've got to start enforcing the rule of law in America, or we will fall to chaos and communism and invasion by foreign nationals. So go vote this November 6th. Vote for Republicans, or we may lose this country. No kidding, for real. Hey, look, see more videos at Brighteon.com. That's the new name of our video website. It's the YouTube alternative that's pro-liberty. Brighteon.com. My name's Mike Adams. Of course, you can see my work at naturalnews.com as well as newstarget.com. I thank you for watching. I thank you for sharing this. We're fighting for everything here. It's all on the table, folks. It's a do or die kind of election. We either save America or we lose America, and it's up to you and all of us to decide which future reality in which we want to live. I want to live in a free country. I don't know about you. So I'm voting all GOP this year. Thanks for watching.
Real.video is now Brighteon.com. Same owners, new name.